This one clay table, which I'm going to show you in today's video, has generated a lot of positive responses and countless of booked calls for our own agency, Strongest Group. If you take a look at the Salesforge, that's the tool which we are using for sending cold emails as well as LinkedIn messages. We have a lot of meetings booked from here. Not all of them are reflected because some people went on our website and booked their call directly from there. And we also have countless positive replies from really hot and ICP feed prospects. And so now I just want to show you quickly my step-by-step process, how I built the whole lead list, how I enrich the company info, and how I approach the whole lead generation process. And the sweetest part is that this particular clay table is super simple to build. You can just build it once and then reuse it for the whole life, pretty much. So let's get straight into it. So as you can see, I have a couple of different tables within this workbook. And I want to show you the first step, which is, of course, we want to use this feature within Clay, which is called Find Companies. So here, as you can see, I have some particular filters which I'm looking for. And if we take a look at those, we can understand that my main focus for this particular campaign were SaaS companies. In order to nail down the targeting, in the keywords, we want to mention some particular stuff like SaaS, software as a service, business software, enterprise software, cloud software, subscription software. Why am I doing this instead of just choosing the industry? Because you could choose, of course, software development, and a lot of those SaaS companies fall into software development description if you go take a look at LinkedIn. However, this also means that a lot of IT software development companies would be included in the list, which we of course don't want to happen. Hence, I was focused only on the keywords, and then I'll show you how I qualify the companies for being a B2B SaaS business or not. What else makes sense? Of course, we want to add company sizes. 11 to 500 employees is our sweet spot. I don't care too much about annual revenue or funding raised because it means pretty much nothing for us. But what means, of course, is the location part. So I added top best countries within European Union and just Europe in general. I only want to target European companies. And as a result, we got over 10K companies, which we are going to work with afterwards. So once you have decided on the filters, the next step would be for us to go into the list of the companies, right? As you can see here, we have 10,187 rows because I put the filter. Domain is not empty, meaning that if this company doesn't have the website, there is no way I would be even reaching out to them. And this could be also a small flaw of Clay, that they don't capture the website, but I still believe in this feature. It's accurate in 99% of the cases, so you can definitely trust it. And what you can see here is that we have, first of all, we have company description, we have their primary industry, we have company size, we have company type, location, country, LinkedIn URL, and domain. That's pretty much it. We are not doing anything else here. And so what's the first thing which you want to do? In my opinion, the very first thing which makes sense to do here is to check out the domain status, because some of the companies might not have an active domain. Again, it happens sometimes. It's not a big problem. However, you just don't want to spend your credits on further enrichments if this company doesn't have an active domain. And Clay actually has this really nice template where you can take a look at the prompt. It says, you're an AI-powered web scraper that verifies the validity of a given domain and classifies its status based on live web responses and simple open web checks. So it has all been already created by some sort of users, and this prompt is public. You can always find it in the browse templates thing. However, you can also create it by yourself by just using the prompt generator, which is integrated within Clay. However, what this prompt is doing is pretty much classifying the domain. And as you can see here, we have 404 error, straightaway disqualifier, we have valid domain, and we have park domain. So for us, it only makes sense, of course, to reach out to valid domains, right? Once the domain is valid, it signalizes that we can do our further enrichments. And in this case, what I'm looking for, of course, is to identify whether the company is the B2B SaaS company or not, to make sure we exclude all of the companies which are not the fit. And for this purpose, I'm using Clayagent, and by being more specific, I'm using the OpenAI. In this case, I would opt in for 4.0 Mini. That's the best model in my opinion. And I have also the API key, which is connected to my OpenAI account. And here I have created a massive prompt, again, just by using the prompt generator from Clay. But pretty much the idea is you are a professional company classifier and researcher using AI-powered web scraper. So you will need to go on the website, look for some particular keywords which are really attributed to SaaS companies, and just classify, is it a SaaS company or is it not the SaaS company? That's it. You're allowed to click on different buttons, try to figure out maybe they have a product UI or interface, or maybe they have SaaS style pricing, which is mostly per seat or usage-based pricing. On this basis, you can identify whether the company is a SaaS company or not. And for the ease of understanding, I have created a formula, right, which kind of checks off the checkbox, like it ticks off the checkbox if the company is the B2B SaaS. When it's done, what I want to do next for us to kind of start thinking about creating the copy, I go and do the deep research on company's website. So what I really want to do is to identify whether, not whether, but what sort of offer this company has. So what they really offer, right? That's important to me. I want to see their offering. I also want to see what sort of ICP or industries they serve. I also want to see who is the main buyer of the service, right? So I want to see the ICP personas. And I also want to see, of course, the companies, right, which can fit their ICP in the region where we are based, meaning Nordics, or even more precisely in Finland. So first identify the industries, identify the ICP persona, identify the company types. And then what I do next is I also want to identify if they have the case studies. And based on this information, I follow the next prompt, which analyzes the offer description, it analyzes the ICP company types, it analyzes their website and offer, and it tries to match at least three companies which fit this particular ICP and offering. And I'm looking for companies which have their headquarters, or even best if they are originated in Finland. And as you can see here, we have all of those. What I wanted to do is just to normalize this information about the companies, just so it looks clean, right? I also normalize, for example, the industries, because I'm going to use this information bit in the cold email. And once it's done, what we could do next, we can find people in those particular companies. So that's all what we need to do on company level data. Now we can move on to the people data. And in this case, we are using, we go to actions, we press sources, and we press find people at these companies. And I'm doing it in batches. So 1K companies per batch, and as you can see, it's all really well divided. I haven't been running like too big of the volume. However, I can show you who I've been looking for. So CEO, founder, co-founder, CRO, CCO, COO, VP of sales, head of sales. So all of the business development and sales related titles made sense for me, and I wanted to find people within those companies. It's a really nice feature by Clay. I definitely recommend you using it. You could of course pair it with Apollo or, for example, Prospio. However, if you just do it within Clay, it's already good enough. And as you can see, we were able to find 1.6K people. What I want to do is I want to export ICP personas, industries for cold email. So those are the names of their industries they work with, like normalized. I also forgot to normalize the Finnish company names in the previous table, so I had to do it here. Spent a bit more credits, but that's all right. Then what we want to do, of course, is to normalize the first name of the person, right? It's very important. You don't want to reach out to someone and have their name in captions, right? You also don't want to use any sort of emojis if they have it in their name, because this all information comes from LinkedIn. Then what I want to do is just by using Anthropic, meaning Claude, I like it the most because it's very human-like. I want to create a cold email copy. So it took me some time to prompt it correctly, right? To use 3 different data points in the first, let's say, opening line. However, it looks really nice at the end. So at the end, we get this message. I can show it to you. Hey, whoever, so PeopleDoc is deep in retail and logistic companies. We checked the ones from Finland and found a lot of great matches. Here are 3 that really stood out: Simpa, Integrata, and Mapco HRM. That's the snippet for the cold email copy. That's just the first line. And just for the purpose of, let's say, convenience, I spread those 3 sentences into 3 different, let's say, snippets, right? And then I uploaded all of the contacts into the Salesforge. That's the platform we are using. And of course, before that, you need to use the waterfall enrichments to find and validate the work emails of those people. I used ICPs, Lead Magic. I used also Visa, Find Email, and those are pretty much enough to find work emails. You get like 95% coverage, and also I use zero bounds to validate all of those. And once it's done, you can upsert contacts into Salesforge. And if we go to the Salesforge, I can also show you, for example, what the copy looks like. So if we go to the sequence, for example, here, right, you can see the first message contains of those 3 sentences which we generated, and also we have our offer. So if we could book a meeting with them or any other Scandinavian company which matches your ICP, would you be open to it, right? So that's the whole idea. We first analyze their target, let's say, industry or company. Then we tell them that we've made the research and found a lot of cool companies which fit this ICP within Finland. And then we tell them we could book you meetings with those companies. Would you be interested? So that's the whole flow of this campaign. And as I've said, it brings us really nice results, and we are super happy to be scaling this campaign further. Feel free to do it for your own business and try it out. One really important moment which I want to mention is that you have to use a couple of data bases to get the best coverage. In our case, we used, first of all, Clay, as I've said. We are also trying to complement for the people we couldn't find by using Apollo and Prospio. So that's very important that you have a couple of data sources, which increases your chances of finding more relevant people. And also when it comes to email enrichments, make sure that you use multiple providers to increase the data coverage as well as the amount of validated email you are able to find. So that's pretty much it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the workflow which I showcased was really valuable and you will try to replicate it for your own company. If you are thinking, yeah, it's cool, but Hlib, I don't care about Clay. I want it to get implemented for our company, but I just don't bother to learn it myself. Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. We could have a quick chat, take a look at your company, what you're doing, and see if it would make sense for us to partner up and build irresistible GTM system specifically for your company. Let me know in the comments what my next video should be about, and I'll make sure to, of course, record it for you. And as always, see you in the next one. Ciao.